Mm-hmm. Actually, that was a Christmas song. That
Yeah,
doesn't,
that was
doesn't work, does it?
All right, we're live.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Palatable Pints, the big review show with a twist. Every so many weeks, I would have said 2, but it's been more longer than that. We review a beer from around the world, which we can all get hold of. We score it in 4 out of 5, in 4 categories: appearance, aroma, palate, and flavor. Then we recommend what video game we would play with it while drinking it. So we're going to go around the room and we're going to start. Has anyone opened it yet? Does anyone want to pour it live? Because I've already poured mine.
I just opened mine, yeah.
So if Matt wants to pour his, we can have a look at what it looks like.
In my science glass, my science
Nice.
Star Trek glass.
All right, we can do it at the same time.
Try not to spill it on my keyboard. So, yeah. Do we want to talk about what beer it is that we're actually drinking today?
Yeah, so we're drinking today, and I'll show it on my screen, Big Wave Golden Ale by Kona Brewing Company, I think they are. Yeah, Kona Brewing Company.
Yep.
It's from Hawaii. The bottle design's quite cool. It says Liquid Aloha on the bottle, and I quite like the label as well. There you go. Like guys canoeing.
That's the can for you.
And then, you got the can, have you? Oh, nice. So similar, very similar. Awesome. What's everyone's alcohol volume? So mine's 4.4 in the UK, where I've got it. So I assume it came from America, but we never know really with these things. Sometimes it's different.
Yeah, mine's 4.4
in Japan
as well.
Perfect. So does Evan, do you want to lead off with what you think of the appearance of it?
It's quite actually dark here, unfortunately. Although it doesn't look like it on the stream itself. Coming off as like a pale gold. Sorry, the camera is not.
Yeah. I've just seen something that's gonna make Evan laugh.
Okay,
I don't know what language this is in, but looking at the ingredients list, the translation for barley is corn, but spelt with a K.
Yeah,
which is also
band.
Evan's favorite band.
Yeah,
and food.
It. Got the life. Yeah, that's accurate. So this is a corn-ish color here. I don't know. For me, it's quite like pale gold to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks
agree.
Good.
It's quite nice. So you can see why it's called a golden ale, can't you? Really, it's pretty golden.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too carbonated for me to call this an ale.
Oh, okay, there we go. We can get to that when we get to flavour and palate.
Yeah.
So I like the appearance. Golden. When you first poured it, had a bit of a head. That's died away. I'm gonna smells fruity, I think. On the aroma, so whiffed it a bit. Yeah, I would say it's. What does everyone else think on the aroma side of things?
I'm not actually getting much.
Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot either.
I mean, it does seem a bit citrusy to me.
Yeah, tiny bit.
It's not
very strong, is it?
It's not overpowering, but it's definitely there. I mean,
it's like a slight that floral herby.
Yeah.
Sure.
And has everyone tasted it yet?
No.
Taking just a little bit, yeah. It kind of tastes like a slightly more bitter lager.
Yeah.
So ale, I don't know. They obviously haven't lagered the wort because it wouldn't be an ale otherwise. But it does have that light crisp, to the body.
It's quite, for me, it's a bit too gassy to be an ale. So it's like some kind of strange hybrid between ale and lager.
Do you think potentially because of where it's come from? So obviously it's from Hawaii, which is quite a hot climate all year round. So they've made a drink that is more palatable in hot temperatures, perhaps. What do you guys think on that? Really?
So they've gone for a style that they want. It is quite a refreshing drink.
It's a beachy beer for sure. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so maybe they've gone for something that's quite refreshing and light, rather than classic ales that are going to be more bitter and slightly heavier. But for me, that's not ale.
It'd be interesting to compare with other golden ales, so that actual label golden ale, and see.
I've got one downstairs, but
have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit early for doubling up on the drink.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah. I don't have much experience with a golden ale per se, but sorry, the bath is ready. Let's hear this. Okay. All right.
You've got an alarm to tell you when your bath is ready.
It's Japan, of course they have.
in awesome. Japanese, it tells you when your bath is ready.
Evan's coming to us from the future.
From the future, yeah. In some ways, in more ways,
you have the three seashells thing from Demolition Man.
you do not. I really want to watch that film. Actually, it's one of those things I think it's popped up in kind of the collective mind of something that people want to watch. If Taco Bell took over Japan, fine, I'd be happy with that. I'd welcome my overlords. I haven't had Taco Bell for like 4 years, but anyways, golden ales. From what I know about golden ales, it's basically a pale ale, but with like less stuff in it. So the classic style of a pale ale, the taste of a pale ale, everything is slightly toned down to I
kind of agree with you.
And the clarity is really good.
It's got amazing clarity.
It's got like kind of burnt straw color and a bit kind of. It's got a kind of hay smell to me rather than herby.
So I think
I can see that.
The goal here is like, okay, you don't like IPAs, let's tone it down to a pale ale. All right, you want something slightly less than a pale ale, and this is in terms of just toning down the taste and the aroma and the flavor and all that. I think what you get is a golden ale, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you want more of like kind of a session type of thing, I like my session stuff. From
a palate perspective, it is more like lager-like drinking it than like an ale-like. It's more tingly, like those, as Keith said, more carbonated, tingles the tongue more than maybe you would normally expect from an ale. Yeah. So it's definitely, but Evan's definitely right on why they might have done that. And taste-wise, it's a bit more flavour, I would say, than a standard lager, but again, toned down to what you would normally expect from an ale. I don't know about everyone else's thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think this is a good sort of intro craft beer for people that maybe all they drink is Bud Light or Miller Lite or whatever. Sure. This is a good beachy summer beer to introduce to somebody maybe at a barbecue. Whereas maybe that's all they drink is Bud Light or whatever. You can hand them one of these and say, "Well, try this." It's a nice intro to a little more flavor.
Goes down easy.
Yeah, but it goes down easy. It's the same ABV.
Yeah. It's a bit insipid for me, if I'm honest. I need more. I need
more flavor. Do you, Keith?
More flavor.
That's fine.
Are you sure that's not just the Budweiser from the last show that just destroyed your taste buds?
Destroyed your palate.
No, I'm not. I've had kind of, if I'm drinking lager, there's umpteen different versions, but the one that I'm enjoying most at the moment is the Hop House 13, which is the lager that's made by Guinness.
Okay.
And that is, it's light like a lager, but it will smack you in the face with hops at the same time. It's got a real punch of hops, whereas this has just got nothing. I'd be surprised if they've actually got any hops in this at all.
No, it's a light lingering of hops. It's just slightly more bitter than an average lager.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things like, okay, what if you wanted a little bit of punch in your ale, but not too much? Let it linger on the tongue a bit, but you still want to like relax on the beach. type of thing without a lot of heavy flavors.
I could think about 4 or 5 different things that I prefer to drink this at the moment.
Yeah,
that's
fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's also fair enough. But
Camden Hells, Camden Show Off Juicy Lager. Yeah. So similar colour, but just got more oomph,
more to it. Yeah,
but
fair enough.
Would you take those beers to the beach?
This is the size 0 model, and I'm looking for something with a bit more body.
Matt makes a good point.
Sorry, that was a really sexist way of describing it.
Would you take those to the beach with you?
The other beers?
Because I probably wouldn't. I would take this happily to a beach and drink it all day. If I didn't want to drink Budweiser, I would happily drink this quite happily all day. It might not serve the purpose of what an ale would normally do in my life, but it's quite a pleasant drink. That's me personally. Obviously, everyone's different. What did you think, Keith? Would you take your Camden Hells to the beach? Or the pale ale?
Yeah.
Or the ale? Okay.
Yeah, or something totally different. So something like a
yes, or something completely different.
I wouldn't take a stout to the beach. But something more along the lines of a golden summer ale. So an actual flat summer ale. There's some good ones that you can get. What's the one I've got downstairs? Hooky, something from the Hook Brewery somewhere in England. But that is a summer golden ale. I'll take a picture of it and post it on Instagram because Evan said I haven't been posting enough.
Well, yeah, no one has.
Awesome. Well, I think we've to be fair, it's. We've kind of exhausted discussion of this beer, but let's get your scores. Evan, first appearance out of 5, what would you give it?
And we're judging this on for what it is, right? We're not.
You like, if you like the look of it, if you think it's whatever you think personally.
Clarity-wise, if you're talking about a golden ale, which is, it's shooting for a pale ale, but slightly less in terms of like overpowering or not overpowering, but for what the flavor is, just tone it down a little bit. This is what you can get for a golden ale. I think it does the job, which I'd say
at this point,
I'd hit it as a 4.
Appearance, a 4. Okay.
A 4 for appearance, yeah.
What about aroma? Because you said that was not much aroma coming from it. I remember you said.
Oh, it's decent. I give it about a 3. I mean, like, it's one of those things where you give it a smell. It's like, all right, there's a bit of hoppiness here.
Okay. What about palate?
Yeah. Palate is
how's it feel on the tongue?
Also a 3. I mean, it's a bit more carbonated than I wanted it to be. I think
you can be harsher than 3. We'd have to be on a 3 to 5 scale.
Like it's the 1 to 10 scale, and I'm giving it 7 because No, I think palate wise, I think it's okay. I think it's about a 3. If I didn't like it, I would trash it for sure. But
I can't wait for Keith.
When we were talking previously about how we might score something, so 0 would be this is actually something offensive to drink, and I'm going to pour it down the sink.
Yeah.
1 is I might drink 1, but I'm never having it ever again. A 2 would be I might think about having another one if someone else paid for it. A 3 would be I'd definitely buy one myself. 4 would be I'm picking up a 4 or a 6-pack, and a 5 is I would drink this all day. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where's the keg? Where's the keg?
Then,
5 is where's the keg?
Evan, taste. Have you enjoyed drinking it, basically, for all intents and purposes?
When it comes to taste, I'm going to put it into the category that it's in, as in it's a golden ale, right? I'm not going to judge it by anything else to what it is. So if I'm looking for a golden ale, do I think this is a good golden ale? I'm not going to judge it by my standards for a stout or an IPA or even a pale ale or any of that type of thing. I kind of like this beer. This does seem like a good session beer that I would go to a party or a fucking bonfire beach. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't even know if I've done it in my entire life. But if there was a 6-pack of this, and it's like, okay, we're hanging out, I would be happy with drinking this. So, for what McWomble laid out for what a 0 versus a 1 versus a 2 versus a 3 means, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll give it. Okay, so you pushed me to kind of feel around with the scale a bit. I'd give it maybe slightly under a 3.
A 3 or a 2?
2.5 maybe.
Oh, 2.5. You can go points.
Can we go points? I'll give it 2.5. I'll give it 2.5. Yeah.
Okay. Matt, you next. I want to leave Keith till last. 'Cause I think it'll be most comical.
Appearance, I would give. I'd probably give a 2 on appearance.
Okay. It's not really offering you anything visually.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's nice and clear, but a lot of times when you see a beer that's this color, this clear, it doesn't have a whole lot to it.
Yep. I understand that.
Yeah. So appearance, what's the next one? Aroma?
Aroma, yep. You said there was not much to speak of.
No, it's slightly, for me, it's slightly herby, but maybe not what you guys would consider herby. Probably a 2 or 2.5 on aroma.
Okay, we'll go 2.5. Yep. Palate. What's it do to your palate? What's it?
I'm going to give it a 3.5 because I could drink these all day. And I had a hard time not drinking the full 6-pack that's in my fridge.
Sorry about that delay.
I think, Matt, I fucked up on the ratios of all the stuff that I gave to it, but the main idea is like it's just so easy to drink that like, I'd be fine with having.
And what about taste? Taste, Matt. Like, as in, would you drink this? You've already said that, but I don't know what you can do on a 5-point scale.
If I'm judging it based on golden ale, 2, because it tastes too much like a lager.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I'll go mine now, and then we'll leave Keith till last because I think that will be the most enjoyable to listen to. Appearance. I'm somewhere in between Evan and Matt. I think I like the clarity about it, and I do like the colouring, so I'm going to go a 3. But I do kind of agree with Matt that there's not much to it because that definitely does change the look of beers when there's more things in it. It probably will give it more flavour. Aroma, I'm going to go with Evan. I think I quite like the smell. It's very light, but I quite like the little subtle hints within it. Palate, I'm going to judge it on the fact that it is a golden ale, and it is easy to drink, but it does remind me too much of a lager when I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 2, I think, for that one. Yeah, 2 on my palate. Oh, maybe 2.5 actually. I'll be more generous. And then taste, I quite like it. As I said, it's not really where I would think a golden ale should be. So again, that would definitely hurt its score. If this was just called maybe golden lager, perhaps I might be scoring it very differently.
Yeah.
Sure. Again, I'm going to go with Evans and give it a 2.5. But however, I would like to say I could happily drink this all day. So once we've gone through Keith, I'll be interested to hear what video game you'd play with it or what game you think it would go well with. Okay, Keith, off you go.
Right. So appearance, it's golden. It's 2 carbonate to be an ale. 2 aroma. If Budweiser's a 0, this has only got slightly more on the nose than that. So this has got to be a 1.
Okay.
Taste.
Palate first.
Oh, palate. It lingers on the tongue a bit, but other than that, there's not a lot there. There's no real mouthfeel to it. So I'll go with a 2 for that. And taste, it would be nice to have some taste.
Ouch.
Again, if I'm not going to judge it because it's like you three saying, "Oh, against all the other golden ales in the world." I said, "You just go out and try all the other golden ales just on the off chance that you're going to review one." So I'm going to judge it based on against other stuff that I like.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
It makes me think that the people who are making this don't understand the difference between ale and lager. As lagers go, it's pretty insipid. As ales go, it's pretty insipid. So I'm going to go for a 1 on that one.
Wow.
Again, like I said about the Budweiser, there's probably alcohol-free lagers that have got more flavour than this has.
For me, if I wasn't comparing it to a golden ale, I probably would give it a 3 because on the taste, mainly not because it's got a rich taste, but mainly because I could drink it all day. I could happily start drinking this at like in a rugby game at like 11 a.m. or whatever, a stadium or whatever.
But that means it doesn't taste of much.
It's drinking all day thing doesn't. Yeah, true.
So
that's a good point.
Overall, I think if I was giving it an aggregate score on my 0 to 5 scale. Yep. If someone was buying this for me, so if we had our beach barbecue with Evan's pit fire or whatever he's doing over in the corner, the corner of the beach, if you lot brought this along, I'd have some. I wouldn't be bringing it myself. So
okay,
2,
fair enough. On that understanding, what would your opinion be on that, Matt? That's quite a good one to finish on the 1 to 5 with Keith saying, would you buy it? Would you bring a 6-pack? So that was a 1 to 5 scale there.
I've bought this before, and I'll happily buy it again. Like I would bring it probably a 2 or 3. 3,
okay. Evan, would you buy it multiple times to bring it to different events, or are you more on the Keith that you'd drink it if it was there?
Multiple times. I buy it once and then try something else, I think.
Okay, so you similar place to Matt then with a 3, or would you go with Keith's 2? On the scale that Keith laid out.
Well, one thing is I think it's quite an easy beer to drink, and it has a lot of flavor.
Would you do the same thing as me?
I assume so.
Did you get a different version that's actually got some taste?
So okay,
he's got the
let me frame it this way. I would start off with this. I would start off with this beer and then move on to something better later.
Okay.
So what is that? That's like a cheating 2.75, I think.
Okay. Then I would probably give it.
It's not fair. It's not fair to anyone.
I'm probably in the same boat as Matt. I'd probably give it a 3. Maybe a bit more because I could drink it all day. Okay. What video game, in that understanding, because doing it all day, I probably would drink some kind of adventure game. Maybe Horizon Zero Dawn, where I can just like plodding along, exploring things, and I'd just have a drinking this steadily throughout my experience. That's kind of where I would be. What about you, Matt?
This to me is I'll buy this when Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 comes out again.
Cool.
Oh man, that's a good combination.
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, it's a solid pick.
Is it because this is so weak that you could drink so many that when you faceplant you won't actually feel it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's also part of the strategy. Yeah.
Evan, what about you?
I'm thinking of a Katamari Damashi type scenario where you're slowly rolling things. Oh, sorry, Katamari Damacy. I didn't pronounce it correctly. Slowly rolling stuff up, slowly drinking a beer. It's gonna, it's not that high in alcohol volume that you can slowly, little by little, up the level in the same way that you're rolling things up and.
I'll be honest. I won't be able to type that, Evan. You're gonna have to send me that name on chat.
Right, will do.
Just Google it. It's the weird one with the. It's a weird game.
The weird game.
And then Keith, you just wouldn't drink it while playing any game.
Well, no, I probably would. I'm trying to think of a game that I would play and then realise, why am I playing this? I should be playing something better.
I like that.
One of those games.
One of those games.
I like that.
So I don't know. Sonic Forces.
Ooh, I like
Wait,
it.
why
There
the
you
fuck
go.
did you even start that game?
Why did you even start that game?
It was free.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it was free, wasn't it? I own it.
Yeah, so started playing that, started drinking this, and then thought, no, I really should be doing something else with my time.
All right. I like
Hilarious. So as for our second global beer, that was so far we've been had a few duds. I'm waiting for Brewdog to send me what's it called? Barnard Castle live test. I have got the invoice. It is on its way. I'm getting 12 cans. So your parcels are ready to go. I'm just waiting to add that in, and then they'll be shipped off, and then we'll have a good, I think I'm sending 8 beers to both of you.
Nice.
So we should have quite a few to then, and then I'll just liaise with Keith
Sounds
and the ones
great.
he can't get hold of. So I'll send him the Bernard Castle as well. And
Awesome.
then
So Evan, this means that when they arrive, you do need to set them aside and not just cane them.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Wait, hold on. I need like a memo pad. I have a hand and a finger.
And that's a little preview to our watchers. So at this point, we'll probably call it. So you can check out the scores on the site at some point. Hopefully, I'll sort that out with Matt later in this week.
Yeah.
It'll be coming in the near future. If not, make sure you drink responsibly at all times. Until next time, you've been watching Palatable Pints on pixelpints.pub. Thank you.